The shooting is in progress and the director calls action and the scene is filmed. The upcoming scenes are all about a character called Data. Data has been the backbone of every project. Without it, we'd be lost. Such data needs to be stored, processed, and maintained for any further operations or requirements by the application. Hence, we will need some way to store and handle this data. As usual, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Variables come to the picture. Variables are tools used to store information for later use. Think of variables as placeholders for any amount of data. This data can then be used throughout your code with ease. Variables are like the touchscreens of our modern devices. You can access the data with your fingertips, just like touchscreens. Variables offer a direct means of interaction with the information that is stored within them. After you learn PHP basics, you will see dollar signs not only in your dreams but also on your screen, as this symbol is used to mark variables. A PHP variable is similar to a container that is used to store information, data. This data usually consists of letters or numbers, but a variable can also exist without storing any value. A variable can store a value of any type, such as a string. Textual data in programming is referred to as strings, a number, or even an array that we shall learn more about as we progress. A variable has a name and is associated with a value. To define a variable, you use the following syntax. Following are some of the rules that you might need to follow when defining a variable. The variable name must start with the dollar sign. The first character after the dollar sign must be a letter A to Z or the underscore. The remaining characters can be underscores, letters, or numbers. The equal to symbol is used to assign some data to a variable. Note that variable names in PHP are case sensitive. This means that $name, $name, $name are three separate variables. In the below code snippet, we have created a few variables such as $text, $A, $B. Here, the $text variable contains a string value while the other two contain the numeric values. You can create a variable and save any type of data in it. Hence, PHP is a loosely typed language. A loosely typed language is a programming language that does not require a variable to to be defined. We will explore more about the data types in the coming subtopic. Remember the echo statement from the last chapter? Great. If you wish to print the data stored in a variable to the output screen, it's easy to do by using an echo statement. In the example below, you can see a PHP variable is used in the echo statement. The result will be the output of both statement text and the value that has been assigned to the $website variable. You can recognize a PHP variable at the first glance as it always starts with $. When you first start learning PHP, you'll notice that it takes care of data types for you. It doesn't ask the programmer to specify the type of data that you wish to store in variables. You can simply assign anything to it, and PHP will be able to figure out what is the best way to use it. Having said that, what does the term data types refer to? The name itself indicates data types mean the types of data. Welcome to the show of data types in PHP. Data types in PHP specify the different types of data that are supported in PHP language. There are a total of 8 data types supported in PHP, which can be categorized into 3 main categories such as scalar types, scalar. These include integers, strings, booleans, and floats, which are the most used in and simplest data types in PHP. Compound types. These include arrays and objects which are considered more complex, as they hold more than a single value. Special types. This includes something called a resource is technically not a data type because it points to an outside reference. In simple words, it is a special variable that holds references to resources external to PHP. It also includes null that holds no value at all. Don't worry if this was far more technical for you at this stage. Just understand the type and their categories. We shall explore them all through this course and in the advanced part as well. Let's start with the integer data type. An integer is nothing but a whole number with both positive and negative values. It is also referred to as int. Going back to your good old school days, the rank or marks you used to score can be considered as an int data type. Therefore, integers as a data type are used to hold numeric values. It can come in decimal, base 10, hexadecimal, base 16, and octal, base 10, base 8 forms. It is important to mention that the largest integer which can be held by a system is 2,483,647. It's time to bring in type into the action. In the below example, we have assigned the integer values 10 and 60 to variables $A and $B respectively, and printed them using the echo statement. Also, as you can see, we can add HTML tags to the echo statement. If you try to remove the BR, the output would be something like below. Okay. In simple words, the float is something that represents a decimal or a fractional value in PHP. You can use a float to represent values that aren't cut and dry, like the amount of time it will take you to complete an assignment, or the miles per gallon of your car, etc. Floats are also used for negative numbers, large numbers with decimals, and even fractions with decimal points. Here's an example of the float data type. You have assigned the float value 3.96 to the variable $x and printed it using the echo output statement. The Boolean data type is the most common type of data in computer programming. It can only have two values, true or false, represented as 1 and 0 respectively. You can treat it as a sort of switch which is useful for conditional statements. If the expression evaluates to a number which is 0, then the value of the expression is false. Any other number is considered non-zero and is evaluated as true. The following example shows how to assign Boolean values to variables. Strings are everywhere. Your chats with friends, the password input on Programming Hub's login page, product descriptions on e-commerce site, that's all strings. In PHP, strings are defined as sequences of characters. It can consist of letters, numbers, special characters, make-up words, or sentences. Also, it is necessary to enclose string data in either single or double quotes. That's all about data types in PHP for now.